Hello, 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 hello. Hello and hi. I am Anthony Token Squid Price with episode number 5 of the I Am Damaged podcast. This is a presentation of ToMack Entertainment. Any proceeds which occur as a result of this podcast, those proceeds will all go to the Gold Star Ride Foundation, which is a 501c3 charity organization that helps families of fallen military heroes. Again, what we're doing here with this podcast is reading through my journals. Remember my journals? There are these books over here. We're just going to read through all of these books. Hopefully it wasn't this book's turn today. Actually, all of this stuff is written in freehand. And all of these books are written in freehand, and they have been typed, and they are available on the computer. If you want to get the whole collection of that, find a way to send me an email, and maybe I'll just post my email address somewhere along here. Right there is my email address. Send me an email, and I will tell you how to make a donation to the charity, and in exchange for that, we will send you an ebook of the complete collection of these journals. Anyway, what we're doing here is we're going to read through the journals, and at the end of that, we're going to read through all these court documents. There, and there, and there, and there. We're going to read through all of that stuff, and we're going to tell the story exactly the way it happened. And as I've said before, if what happened to me were to be made into a movie, and you watch that movie, you would walk out of the movie theater saying, that could never happen in real life. I'm here to tell you that it can, it does, and it will again. So I wanted to hurry up and get this next podcast out, episode number 5, because I'm going to be away for the next few weeks. The holiday season is upon us, and it's harder and harder for me to take the time to sit in front of this camera and read these pages of this journal. But again, we're here to just read the journal. I'm not going to opine. I'm not going to say, shouldn't have done that, Tony. Anyway, what I wrote in the journal is as close as possible to exactly what happened on the day that it happened, that I remember it. Now, it's been 15, 16, 17 years since I wrote these journals, since I experienced these things. So a lot of the things that I'm reading, I'm reminding myself, and I haven't thought about them for 17 years. So some of the stuff is basically going into my head for the first time, just like it's going into your head for the first time. Anyway, where we left off last time, I had a sore hand, and I had said, that's it. I'm going to wake up and write tomorrow with a fresh hand. And that's where we're taking off today. Remember to like and subscribe, because it's in everybody's business to like and subscribe. Anyway, here we go. Journal entry, July 25th, 2008, Monday, Supplemental and Catch-Up. It's always easier to take time to write about the conflicts than the happy moments. Happy moments become carefree, stress-free, and time flies. Conflicts are times that freeze and slow down. I can't say why that is, just that it's the reason it takes 4 days to come back and finish this thing. I went on Friday to see customers that had been waiting since Wednesday. I'm not sure why I thought it was safe to go on Friday, but let me first write about Thursday. When everyone was awake on Thursday morning, I started a conversation with an invitation to go to a counselor. Why, she says. Because I don't want to sleep on the couch anymore, I said. You can sleep in the basement, she said. Awkwardly, the conversation moves until she finds a mental health pro on the internet and gives me the number. I get an appointment for later that day for $400. The appointment is for me, but we all go. During the visit, we talk about history of Tony's psychology, family abuse, alcoholism. After 45 minutes, she basically pulled the story out about the police the day before. She says she can help, but she'll need to see us both. I tell her that I must tell Anna because I know how Anna reacts to my voice. I set an appointment while they talk about 15 minutes. I'm sorry, let me back that up. She says she can help, but she will need to see us both. I tell her she must tell Anna because I know how Anna reacts to my voice. I set up an appointment while they talk about 15 minutes. On the way back, I asked what she thought of the therapist. Anna said she didn't like her. Why? I asked. She states, because I wanted her to find your chemical imbalance. Thursday comes to an end with Anna saying she would make dinner for the kids, but not me. So I cook. I sleep on the couch. I write everything I wrote in these pages. Friday, I'm off to Hastings. I'm still angry about this whole thing, but I'm at a loss to know what to do. I set an appointment at the VA hospital for August 1st. First customer is happy to see me. All goes well, but I didn't have much to eat that day, and I can feel the shakes coming on. I leave to go see Bob at the present store. I fixed a laptop for Bob, and I told him a small part of the story. He tells me that she, Anna, was the wrong woman since the first day he met her, and would never say so until now. He says it's about time I stood up for myself. He says sometimes it's best to not be together. I tell him he's wrong. I tell him that you can never be sure about a human being. I tell him I was wrong to stop the truck. I was wrong to yell at Anna, and I was wrong to think what she was doing was injuring my kids. I tell him the only injury she was involved in would have been the relationship that she has with the kids. I gathered up some movies and a small payment for the PC I fixed and drove home. It was about 7 p.m. When I got to the door, both kids were screaming with excitement to see me. I sat Luke down in the living room and I asked him to forgive me for the other day. I told him I was wrong to push back like that and I would never do it again. He went to play. I then turned to Anna and said the same thing, but I still slept on the couch. Saturday, July 26th, 2008. The tension in the air was almost all gone. I helped her call the airline to find her bags. We drove to the airport to file a lost luggage claim. But before we left, I caught her on the couch. Tekla was asleep and Luke was playing games. I kissed her for a while. We haven't kissed for a long time. It was almost like new. We talked about what was wrong with us. She says I'm too controlling. I don't understand. She didn't think she had been rude or mean in the last months. She thought I had been mean to her. When the kids were in bed, we talked some more. We talked about self-esteem, codependency, and cultural issues. We talked about why I wouldn't go to Italy. I told her about my Rocky method. She didn't seem to get that. Sunday, July 27, 2008, Luke and I took Dad's laptop to Rose Creek, got home late, and went to church at 9 p.m. That brings us up to today, July 28, 2008. I fixed up the security cams for Tubby's Bar, took steps for Kayvon's stuff, and delivered a laptop to Dave M. He says he'll pay up tomorrow. I still haven't found my black notebook, but I have asked Anna to help me find it. Monday, July 29th, 2008. With the kids in bed, we talked more about us. Now it's Monday night. I'm sleeping in my own bed, and we're almost talking like normal. I still have to stop while we're talking to evaluate my words. I want to be the man I am writing about in this book. I study more every day. The Science of Personal Achievement, The Secret, Winning Friends, anything by Wayne Dyer. And I found this new guy, Rob. Funny thing about that last one, I can't find anything about him on the internet. September 7th, 2008, Sunday, 6 weeks later. First entry in some time. This journal was actually lost among my myriad of papers in my desk. Most writing comes from trials, and trials in the last 2 months have been rather few. Today was a marker, though. Anna and I were working on specific goal setting today. First, she spent an hour on her dreams. While discussing dreams, I stopped and said, "We need to know what you like to do." and she made a short list of hobbies naming exercise, reading about nutrition, playing pool, video games, and cards, and being alone. I asked where was sex, then asked where was playing with children. Our conversation, by her suggestion, I wasn't looking for this, turned to her own childhood and how she would play with her sister, and they would make noise and wake her dad, who would beat her for the noise. It moved so quickly, I don't know how, but she cried. I don't want to do this, and she scribbled on the page and ran upstairs. I made a quick check on Luke and Tekla playing outside and followed her. I let her cry for a while. Then I told her it wasn't her fault and that I loved her. Not sure what happened next, but I think today was very therapeutic for both of us. It was the first time she was mad and did not direct her anger toward me. September 15th, Monday. Monday rolled along the way almost all days do. Busy with Luke at school and trying to work on the book. Mike S. called a couple of times, but I stopped taking his calls a long ago. Doing my best to remove negative people, and Mike has a hard time staying out of the bottle. About 6 p.m. when a new customer dropped off a laptop, as I was answering the door, Mark M.'s mom called to announce that Mark died in his sleep. Sort of a shock. She was very calm, as if she were telling me he had a flat tire. When I checked my voicemail, Mike S. had called to tell me the same thing. September 16th, 2008, Tuesday. Went to see Sharon M. and gave her a card with this note. Picked up her computer for repair. Sharon, humbly I use my pen to make a feeble attempt at the emptiness has been afforded you. It is said that a butterfly may move its wings in China and affect something in New York. While I have remained distant, I have been most positively affected by Mark's friendship and yours through him. In your service, TP. That's where I decided I'm going to end today's episode. Episode number 5. Episode number 6, we'll get on it as fast as we can. I got to do some traveling for the next 8 days. Remember to click that like and add button. If you want a copy of all of these journals, send me an email. Here's that email message right here. Here's that email address right here. Send it there, and we will start communicating, and I'll tell you how... We'll tell you how you can get your own personal copy, and then you can read along with us as we go through these, as we read through these journals. Again, this has been a presentation of ToMack Entertainment, and all proceeds, if there are any, and right now there are not, all proceeds, if there are any, will go to the Gold Star Ride Foundation and their support of fallen heroes' families. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.